What's up everybody, and welcome back to Famous Car Drift Builds. 03 Canadian F5, and what you are looking at is my F-Bomb Camaro, fresh off the block, 0 miles on it, and has not been thrashed yet. The reason for that is we haven't tuned it yet. Part 1 was actually physically building the vehicle. If you missed it, here's an annotation in the corner. Please click on that, go back, watch the last video just to get up to speed with where we stand with this vehicle, what I went through to build it. There's some other information about my storefront on there. So let's start tuning this. So we're going to start at the tires. Usually I like to drop the pressure. And especially in the rear. We're not worried about speed here, so dropping the tire pressure will give us more grip. And with the rear tire pressure, don't forget that tire pressure is going to be coming back up to an almost normal level with the heat that we're going to be building up in here. Now we don't need a drift car that's going to do 251 miles an hour. Screw around with the camber a little bit. A little negative camber. Which is funny because it's a solid axle vehicle. Play with the toe a little bit. Being a novice drifter, and I am a novice to building drift cars. So right now, I have a very limited and basic idea to what I'm doing with this tune. I'm going off with what I've seen Mr. Aero HD doing with his Build It, Drift It, Kill It cars. Tomcat. Those other Forza drift, those other well-known names on YouTube as far as in the video game video market, I guess you could say. So everything needs to be a little softer. With the weight distribution, the rear should be softer than the front. I usually like a rear biased brake setup. Now the differential setup is key. Bring that back down to 90. We'll go with that. So we have the preliminary tune setup done. So now the next step is to go do a couple of shakedown runs on a track with this. So we'll go to test drive. It's been suggested to me to use Suzuka just to test out your vehicles. We're going to use the East Circuit. The back section is very nice for working on transitions and getting a feel for the car. So the tune that you just saw is not the final tune. That tune, unfortunately, you guys won't be seeing it in the video, but it will be on my storefront if you want it. Everything in my storefront will be $10,000. So let's get going here. God, that sounds good. Okay. Twin turbo V8. Ooh, getting squirrely. Forgot what the handbrake button was there momentarily. On the steering wheel it is B. Right, so I'm using Fanatec CSR or Fanatic CSR. Whoa. And simulation steering, so some people are telling me that I'm nuts, and yeah, okay, maybe I am. 360-degree steering sensitivity. This car has a lot of power. You have to be really careful with the throttle because it will come and bite you in the ass very easily, as you're about to see here. Okay, so too much throttle, and you end up doing that. Part of it is probably part of the tune's fault, so we'll go in, change a couple of little things. So when you're changing settings on your drift car, and any car, when you're tuning it, it should always be small increments. I'm going to change the gearing a little bit here, see if that helps any. Play with the camber somewhat, and the toe and for the front and the rear will determine how twitchy and how quickly the car transitions. Some people like a really twitchy car, other people's like more of a numb feeling car. Oh, stalled it. It's that race clutch. Well, that's what I'm going to blame it on. So let's try and hash out a clean lap here. I may have to play with my steering wheel settings here too, on the grass. This car is even a handful on the straightaway, actually. One more handbrake, too much, not enough forward momentum. So let's remember here, because I'm sure the haters are going to come and go, you can't drive, herp-a-derp. Yeah, well, that's because I'm a noob. I will admit to that. No issue whatsoever admitting to it. Okay, we'll go back in and play with a couple of things, and I'm going to keep yapping. This is probably my 4th or 5th time driving a drift car on Forza Motorsport 4. My 2nd drift car that I've ever attempted to build. We'll just say that this one is going a lot better than the last one. My other vehicles that I have that I actually enjoy driving are, believe it or not, tunes right out of Mr. Aero HD's Build It, Drift It, Kill It series, which if you're watching a drifting video from Forza and you're into that type of thing and you don't know who Mr. Aero HD is, I think it's time to get out from underneath that rock you're living under. Just having a hard time with the straight stretch here. So this is a little bit of a long drawn out process here, just going around trying to get a feel for the car. I'm wondering if I didn't get a little too carried away with the grip in the rear, and well, sometimes I wonder that, and then I get into some corners where the car just decides to kind of kick me in the ass. But it's all in the tuning setup for how it feels. Almost lost her there. So I'm going to change some settings on my steering wheel, and we're going to go to Maple Valley Raceway. Alright, so welcome to Maple Valley Raceway. Now I'm going to do a couple shakedown laps around here. And first one I'm going to do is, it may be unnecessary, but I'm going to warm up the tires if I don't stall the car. Here we go. Grab second gear. Stand on the throttle. Now this hill you have to watch out for here. The car likes to get squirrely. You touch the throttle on the straight and the back end just wants to come out in front of the front end, and there's really not much you can do because the car has no aero on it or race tires. It's a drift car. Still hashing things out with this. Gotta learn the lines through here. Rookie drifter, right? Not too shabby, considering I'm using simulation steering, because I'm told it makes it much more difficult. Holy crap. Yeah, so what happened there was I went to grab the handbrake, and as soon as I grabbed the handbrake, the car took off in the opposite direction, so it grew a mind of its own right there. So make a few little changes to the tune setup, and we'll try this again. So I'll give this another whirl here, see how it goes. Warm up the old donuts. Ooh, this is not looking good. Stay in it, stay in it, stay in it. Yeah, we're gonna give that another shot. So we need to remember that I am a novice drifter. This tune is still not complete. I don't really know what more there is to say. I mean, give me some credit. Rookie, simulation steering wheel. Not the easiest setup from what I hear, and from what I'm currently experiencing. I'm going to put a camera on the wheel next time. You'll see me sawing at it a lot. It's good times. So I'm going to leave you guys with this little tidbit here at the end. I want to thank you now for watching my video. I'd appreciate it if you were to like, rate, subscribe, comment. You know the drill. And you know what? Go ahead and leave suggestions for the next vehicle you think that I should build. Information for my storefront. Keyword is CanuckCustoms. You will find the paint job for this vehicle, and it's going to be a little bit before I post the tune for this car, because I'm going to get it down just a little bit better before I post her up. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.